Hey everyone, it is coffee talk time with your personal growth girl. I am Ivy Perez, and first and foremost, cheers to you. So, the topic today is about fast food versus fuel food. Now, just to give you a little backstory. So, my professional business is I clean homes. So, I'm a residential commercial cleaner. There are days when I have many days when I am burning 1,000 to 2,000 calories. I am in a zone, I'm going for hours on end. And many times I bring with me healthy snacks and foods and things like that to keep my fuel up, my energy up. However, there are days when I'm just too exhausted to go home and eat. I mean, to go home and cook food. So sometimes I will lean towards the fast food because why? It is fast. I just, place the order. I go, I pick it up, and it's already made, and I eat it, and it's calorie dense. Okay, not healthy, but calorie dense. However, with that being said, for many of you, you probably have jobs or just just daily work that is grinding for you where you are putting in a lot of steps, so to speak. So it could be you are work at a hospital and you are just going all day long. You can be in construction. You can be like me. You're a cleaner and it's physical work. There's all sorts of jobs and professions out there where you are on the go all day long and you're burning a lot of calories. Now, the thing is are you tracking that or are you just going and then when you're done, you're depleted and you just grab the quickest thing just to eat, just to put something in your system. And maybe possibly you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling lethargic. You can tell in your midsection that you're just, things are not going as well as they should, thinking healthy thinking is what I'm saying. So you're not taking care of your physical body, even though you're putting in a lot of reps, so to speak. So I was thinking about this and I wanted to share this with you in this segment of Coffee Talk, as it is May is Women's Health Month. It is also Physical Fitness and Sport Month, and a bunch of other observances. But with regard to women's health, and I thought I'd bring this into this segment. Yes, there is a side to women's health with regard to going to the doctor and taking care of, the things that we should take care of. And especially as we age, it's very, very important that we are mindful of what we consume, that we work out, that we exercise, and all the things so that we are taking care of our physical body as well as ourselves spiritually, mentally, and all of that. So I did some research, and if you are feeling tired, even though you put in a lot of, let's say, steps, I'll just use steps because I think a lot of people can relate to that. And maybe you have a watch that kind of calculates it and you're putting in, I don't know, 8,000, 15,000 steps a day. So you're putting in the steps, but what are you inputting? So you might have a high output day or days in your work, but it's low input. And when I say low input, it's more about the fuel. What fuel are you putting in your body? It's like your car. Are you putting in cheap gasoline or cheap petrol, or quality? And your car is going to, it's going to either work well or not. And it's an overtime thing. It's like preventative maintenance. So, how are you maintaining your physical self, your temple? The only thing you got, you only have one, right? So, if you're feeling tired, these are three things that could be an issue for you. One, it's calorie deficit. So, let's say you're burning with whatever you're doing, let's say 2,000 calories. You burned in, let's say 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever, you burned 2,000 calories. Now you go home and you eat some food. And if you're not tracking, you won't know, but maybe what you're eating is about 1,000 calories. Maybe it's 800 calories. So you're not inputting the calories you need to keep your energy up. First and foremost, your energy. Now, if you want to lose weight, that's one thing. So you burn 2,000 and maybe you consume 1,000, 1,500. Depends. This is not what this is about. But that's one of the things where you could feel fatigue is that you have calorie deficit. So you're burning more than you're eating. Another thing too is macronutrient imbalance, which is really, really important. And that's just it's not enough protein and not enough complex carbohydrates that keeps you sustained throughout the day. And also your blood sugar roller coaster. Now, this is important too, because if you're just eating fast food, you have like donuts and junk food and chips and soda throughout the day, that's, all these high processed foods they're detrimental to your health. And so the sugary, the carb heavy meals, they spike and they crash your energy levels. So those are the three main things with regard to why you possibly might be feeling tired. Now, again, going to the doctor, getting your blood work done, and all the things that's separate, but that's important too when we speak about your health. Now, it's Women's Health Month, so I'm speaking to women, but this is for everybody. Now, when it comes to eating, now I mentioned to you that my business, I'm a professional cleaner. And so there are times when I'm burning 1,000, 2,000 calories. And there have been times where I lean towards the fast food. I just don't think that that's healthy. Yes, it has a lot of calories in it. And sometimes we need that, the fat and all the things. But there are healthier options. Every once in a while, that's fine, but there are healthier options. So here are things that I found that it's helpful for you and for myself as well. And many of this I already do. I personally need to be more consistent with this. So nut butter packets, you can get those little small packets, and if you're on the go, they're easy to take, and you drink water along the way. Don't do the juices and the sodas, but you drink water. There's trail mix. There's granola. That's packed with calories. Avocados, you can get the little avocado cups and you can sprinkle, you can even sprinkle the bagel seasoning on the everything bagel seasoning on it, little spoon, cracker, whatever, take it. That's really good. There's coconut chips. And I had mentioned granola. Protein to sustain your energy, super important, especially as we age. You want to make sure that there's a protocol called protein pacing. You want to have protein throughout your day. And so there's hard boiled eggs. You can have beef or turkey jerky. Now, with that, you want to look for the low sugar options. There's protein bars. You got to be careful with the protein bars. Sometimes they're glorified candy bars, but look for the ones with at least 10 grams of protein, low sugar. There's RX bars. Now that's very, very dense. I like it. Some people don't, but there are a couple of different varieties. Maybe try that out. Greek yogurt tubes. Again, you're incorporating protein into your day, and it could be throughout the day. So you can freeze them at night before, and you could put it in your little lunch bag, so it does double duty. With regard to complex carbs for endurance, again, sustaining your energy. So you can have whole grain wraps or pita stuffed with hummus, chicken, or veggies. You can do that. Overnight oats with protein powder, chia seeds, and fruit is another option. There's rice cakes. You can have rice cakes with nut butter, banana, and things like that. Sweet potato. I love sweet potato with peanut butter, and depending on how many calories, I'll do peanut butter, honey, chia seeds, and things like that. So that's an option for you. Liquid calories. This is also important. Protein shakes. Now, protein shakes, you have to be careful with that, but protein shakes, again, it's protein and it's just filling in the gaps, just like high quality multivitamins. You're filling in the gaps that foods may not be giving you. So protein shakes, and you can add things to it. Smoothies with full fat yogurt. Personally, I don't like yogurt in my smoothies. That's just me, but that's an option. I know many people do, but there's protein there, and some berries in season. But again, think about your calories. So if you're your output is high, then things like this is good. You don't want to start having and adding a lot of fruit and things to smoothies that's going to increase the sugar. Now, it's great if the output is high, the energy expenditure is high, so you're replenishing glycogen stores, but you don't want to do that if you're sedentary. So just be mindful of that because you could be gaining weight. But this is more about sustaining your energy, being more mindful. So, the fast food versus food for fuel, is it possible? It is, but you have to really think about it. It's a conscious effort on your part to prepare for, your day ahead. Um, Now, when fast food is the only option, there are days when that was me. It's the end of the day, it's late in the day. I'm like spent, it's just spent. Okay, fast food. But here are some hacks, if you will, to kind of make it better. So you can get grilled chicken sandwiches or wraps. That'll be healthier. Side salad, baked potato instead of fries. You can get sliced apple or fruit if you don't have that at home. Avoid the high sugary drinks. That's important. Do the water instead. And I understand the whole calorie thing, but it's the sugar and the high fructose corn syrup and all the things. But if you're super depleted, here's another option. If you have a Chipotle near you, you could do the rice, the beans, and chicken, avocado, and all of that instead of like deep fried options. You could do it in a bowl, you could do it in the wrap, kind of thing. Now, tips to stay ahead of the game, and this is your game, and that is pack in bulk. So bring a cooler bag with you with multiple. I do this just about every single day. There's water, there's snacks, there's sandwiches, and all the thing. Extra water. I always bring that with me. So pack a lot. If you don't use it, you have a lot of these things, you just save it for the next day or the next time. Set reminders. This is important. If you know you're going to have a long day, that you just put your nose down and you're going, 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 and you forget to eat, set the reminder on your phone maybe every 90 minutes to stop for about 5 minutes and intake some snacks or protein or whatever. Think of food as fuel and not just eating to eat. This is part of the mental mindset shift in that you take care of your body and you're fueling on purpose. And just think of it, it's not an inconvenience of just setting the timer thing. You're fueling your body, it's sustaining your energy. Very, very important, and it helps you to keep your energy up and the fatigue down. And you can even prep a night or two before, knowing what your week ahead is going to be like. So just think about what you're doing. And again, you could be in construction, you could be a nurse, a doctor, working in a hospital, me cleaning, things that you are on the go and you are putting in the reps. There is high, you're like an endurance athlete basically if you're doing this 8-10 hours a day, whereas an athlete in training will do it for like a couple of hours and then they stop, then a couple of hours and they stop. Maybe your job doesn't afford you to stop for like an hour or two, take a nap, recover. So what you want to do is do all these things that are really, really important to sustain your energy, you're fueling properly, and you are not crashing at the end of the day. And plus the next day, because you've done the healthy snacks. I love this question. And you're spot on. What you're doing, like you do, oh my goodness. Demanding. And it absolutely qualifies. Sorry about that. So what you're doing is, because I'm holding my phone, is you're incorporating these foods and fuel so that the next day, because you also have to think about the next day, that you don't wake up feeling like you got run over by a truck. So my friends, that is my topic for today, Coffee Talk Time, as again, it is Women's Health Month. It is also Physical Fitness and Sport Month and other observances. And I want you, if you are like me and you're putting out a lot of energy in your day, that you think in advance about fueling your body and taking care of your body so that your energy is high, your energy is sustained, and that the spikes aren't there or not as bad. You're not as fatigued and you're taking care of this temple of yours. So I hope that that helps. I hope that it resonates. And if you have any questions, drop them below. But otherwise, my friends, go out and have an awesome day. And if no one has told you lately, you are amazing and you are enough. So, peace out, my friends. See you here again next time on Coffee Talk Time with your personal growth girl. Bye for now.